Begin in absolute darkness, where not even a whisper disturbs the void. There is no form, no identity, just the anticipation of something about to begin. Slowly, a distant heartbeat emerges, uneven and tentative, echoing through the blackness. A faint crack of light slices through the darkness, gradually revealing a floating mirror fractured into several pieces. Each shard pulses with life, flickering with brief, haunting images. A child's laughter, a hand slamming a door, a solitary shadow. Overlapping whispers fill the air, their words indistinct but heavy with meaning. The mirror inhales, expanding as if it breathes. In one shard, a newborn's eye opens, in another, a single tear falls. Suddenly, everything goes black, the heartbeat stops, silence returns until two newborn cries overlap, signaling the arrival of new lives. As the cries echo, a warm golden light floods the screen, washing away the darkness. We find ourselves in a hospital room filled with sunlight, curtains gently swaying in the breeze. A mother, exhausted yet radiant, cradles her newborn in her arms. Tears of relief and joy mingle on her face. She whispers, "You're here, you're finally here." The father, overwhelmed with emotion, stands beside her, kissing her forehead and then the baby's. The camera lingers on the baby's face, calm, curious, eyes slowly opening to the world. The narrator's voice reminds us, some are welcomed like dawn. Gentle montage unfolds. A nurse softly adjusts the baby's blanket, the tiny fingers of the newborn wrap around the father's finger, and the mother hums a lullaby, imperfect but filled with love. Sunlight dances across the baby's face. He squints, then relaxes, comforted by the warmth. The doctor asks, "Have you chosen a name?" The parents exchange a look, a silent agreement passing between them. "ELIAS," the mother says, her voice trembling with emotion. The father repeats it, smiling. Soft celestial chime rings out, marking this moment of identity and belonging. Above the crib, a mobile of stars and capes spins slowly, each star catching the light and reflecting it like tiny mirrors. The baby gazes up, mesmerized, reaching out with small, uncertain hands. He misses, but a smile spreads across his face, a first attempt, a first hope. The room grows dim as night falls. The mother, exhausted, sleeps with her hand resting protectively on the baby's chest. The father sits nearby, watching over them both, a silent guardian in the soft darkness. The narrator's voice returns, "Love does not make us perfect, but it gives us a place to begin." Suddenly, the golden warmth vanishes. We are thrust into a different hospital room, bathed in cold blue light. Fluorescent bulbs flicker overhead, their buzzing sound filling the silence. There is no sunlight here, no gentle breeze, only a sterile, unwelcoming atmosphere. A mother lies still on the bed, pale and exhausted. No one sits beside her. There are no flowers, no visitors, just the mechanical routine of the hospital. Nurse enters, her movements efficient and detached, and places a crying baby in the mother's arms. Baby's cries are louder here, echoing off the sterile walls. The mother looks down at her child, her face a mask of emptiness, neither joy nor hatred, just a void. She hesitates before touching him, finally adjusting the blanket with a mechanical, almost reluctant gesture. The nurse, unmoved, asks for the baby's name. A long pause follows, broken only by the flickering of the fluorescent light. The mother exhales, barely audible, and whispers, "Damien." There is no music, no warmth, just the relentless buzz of electricity. Single tube light flickers above the crib, casting shifting shadows across the baby's face. Each flicker seems to unsettle him, and for a brief moment fear flashes in his eyes. The room is silent except for the hum of electricity and the baby's soft whimpers. The contrast between the scene and the earlier warmth is stark. Here, the world does not move to welcome the new life. The narrator's voice is somber. Some arrive, and the world does not move. The baby's future, for now, is shaped by shadows and silence. Turning to the fractured mirror, we see both newborns reflected in separate shards. Their beginnings are different, but neither has chosen their path. The environment, warmth or cold, love or indifference, begins to shape their earliest moments. The narrator's voice reminds us, before the story, before names, before right and wrong, there was only form. The mirror pulses, holding the potential of both lives within its cracks. First touch a child receives can echo for a lifetime. ELIAS is greeted with gentle hands and soft words, while Damian's world is marked by absence and routine. These early moments, though fleeting, begin to lay the foundation for how each will see themselves and the world around them. The environment is not destiny, but it is the first brushstroke on the canvas of a life. Name is more than a label, it is a wish, a hope, a beginning. ELIAS' name is spoken with love, repeated softly by both parents, accompanied by a chime that seems to bless the moment. Damian's name, in contrast, is given in a whisper, almost as an afterthought, lost in the hum of fluorescent lights. The act of naming marks the start of each journey, setting the tone for what follows. Light streams through ELIAS' window, filling the room with warmth and hope. In Damian's world, shadows dominate, broken only by the harsh flicker of artificial light. These contrasts are not just visual, they are emotional, shaping the atmosphere in which each child takes their first breaths. The interplay of light and shadow becomes a silent language, speaking volumes about the worlds they inherit. As night falls, ELIAS sleeps peacefully, his mother's hand resting gently on his chest, the father keeping watch. The room is quiet, safe, and filled with the soft rhythm of breathing. In contrast, Damian's first night is marked by the relentless buzz of electricity and the absence of comfort. He lies alone, the flickering light casting uneasy patterns on the walls. The difference is not fate, it is environment. Silence can be nurturing or suffocating. For ELIAS, silence is filled with the presence of love, a mother's touch, a father's watchful gaze. For Damian, silence is emptiness, broken only by his own cries and the indifferent hum of the hospital. The weight of these silences will linger, shaping their earliest memories and the stories they will one day tell themselves. Fractured mirror returns, each shard now holding a clearer image of the two newborns. Their beginnings are distinct, yet both are filled with possibility. The cracks in the glass pulse gently, as if alive, reminding us that every life is shaped by countless small moments, some warm, some cold. The mirror is both a witness and a participant in their stories. ELIAS' first smile is met with joy and encouragement. His parents respond instantly, their faces lighting up with pride and love. This simple exchange, repeated countless times in early life, becomes a building block for trust and connection. In another room, Damian's first attempts at expression go unnoticed, his cries echoing unanswered. The seeds of self-worth and loneliness are sown in these earliest interactions. Presence of a guardian, someone who watches, protects, and reassures, can make all the difference. ELIAS' father sits beside the crib, a silent sentinel through the night. His presence is a promise you are not alone. In Damian's world, there is no such figure. The absence is palpable, a void that cannot be filled by routine or duty. The contrast is stark and its impact profound. Touch is the first language we learn. ELIAS is held, soothed, and comforted, his needs met with gentle hands. Damian, meanwhile, experiences touch as a necessity, not an act of love. The difference is subtle but significant, shaping how each child will come to understand connection and care. The environment speaks even when words are absent. Routine can be comforting or cold. For ELIAS, routine is woven with affection, feeding, changing, holding, all done with care. For Damian, routine is mechanical, performed without warmth or engagement. These patterns, repeated day after day, begin to shape expectations and beliefs about the world. The smallest actions done with or without love leave lasting marks. Sound surrounds us from the very start. ELIAS' world is filled with lullabies, soft laughter, and gentle words. Damian's world is marked by the harsh buzz of electricity and the echo of his own cries. The soundscape of each beginning sets the emotional tone, influencing how safe or alone each child feels. Even silence carries meaning, shaped by what is present and what is missing. Nighttime is a test of comfort and security. ELIAS sleeps under the watchful eyes of his parents, their presence a silent reassurance. Damian faces the night alone, the flickering light his only companion. The difference between being watched over and being left alone is profound, shaping the sense of safety each child carries into the world. Mirror inhales, expanding with the breath of new life. Both ELIAS and Damian take their first breaths, unaware of the worlds they are entering. The act of breathing is universal, but the air they breathe, the environment, differs greatly. This moment is both a beginning and a dividing line, setting the stage for everything that follows. Lullaby, softly sung, fills ELIAS' room with warmth and comfort. The melody, though imperfect, is real and soothing. In Damian's room, there is no song, only the mechanical sounds of the hospital. The presence or absence of music becomes another thread in the tapestry of their beginnings, weaving comfort or reinforcing isolation. ELIAS reaches for the spinning mobile above his crib, his small hands stretching toward the stars. Though he misses, he smiles, encouraged by the gentle presence around him. Damian, too, reaches out, but finds only empty air and shifting shadows. The act of reaching and the response it receives begins to shape each child's sense of possibility. A baby's cry is a call for connection. ELIAS' cries are met with swift, loving responses. Damian's cries echo unanswered, fading into the sterile silence. The difference in response teaches each child something fundamental about the world, whether it is a place of comfort or indifference. As ELIAS drifts into sleep, the warmth of his parents' presence surrounds him. His dreams are shaped by the gentle rhythm of their breathing and the soft glow of moonlight. Damian's sleep is restless, interrupted by the flicker of harsh lights and the absence of comfort. The first dreams are colored by the world that welcomes or fails to welcome them. Morning brings new light and new possibilities. For ELIAS, the day begins with gentle voices and soft touches. For Damian, the morning is marked by routine and the cold efficiency of hospital care. The way each child is greeted by the world sets the tone for the day and for the days to come. Eye contact is a powerful form of connection. ELIAS' parents gaze at him with wonder and affection, their faces lighting up with every movement. Damian's gaze meets only the indifferent eyes of a nurse or the blank ceiling above. The presence or absence of loving attention shapes the sense of being seen or overlooked. An embrace is more than physical, it is emotional reassurance. ELIAS is held close, his parents' arms a safe haven. Damian's embrace is brief, functional, lacking warmth. The difference in these first embraces begins to shape the emotional landscape each child will navigate. Laughter is a sign of joy and connection. ELIAS' first laugh is met with delight, his parents responding with smiles and gentle encouragement. Damian's attempts at laughter are met with silence or indifference. The presence or absence of shared joy becomes another thread in the fabric of their beginnings. Shadows are not always cast by light, they can be the result of absence. In ELIAS' world, shadows are softened by warmth and presence. In Damian's, they are sharp and cold, reminders of what is missing. The interplay of light and shadow continues to shape their earliest experiences. Whispers fill the air, some gentle, some harsh. ELIAS hears words of love and encouragement, while Damian's world is filled with silence or distant, indifferent voices. The words spoken or left unspoken become part of the inner dialogue each child will carry forward. Fear is a natural part of life's beginning. For ELIAS, fear is quickly soothed by loving arms. For Damian, fear lingers, amplified by the absence of comfort and the flicker of harsh lights. The way fear is met or left to grow shapes resilience and vulnerability. Every moment teaches. ELIAS learns that the world responds to his needs, that comfort follows discomfort. Damian learns that his cries may go unanswered, that the world can be indifferent. These first lessons, though unspoken, become the foundation for how each will approach life's challenges. Patterns emerge quickly in early life. ELIAS' days are filled with predictable rhythms of care and affection. DAMIAN's days are marked by unpredictability and emotional distance. These patterns, repeated over time, begin to shape expectations and beliefs about what life will offer. Hope is born in the smallest moments: a smile, a gentle touch, a soft word. ELIAS' world is filled with these moments, each one a seed of hope. DAMIAN's world offers fewer opportunities, but even in the shadows, hope can flicker. The presence or absence of hope shapes the path each child will walk. Disappointment is inevitable, even in the earliest days. ELIAS' disappointments are met with comfort and reassurance. DAMIAN's are met with silence or indifference. The way disappointment is handled becomes a lesson in resilience or resignation. Connection is the foundation of belonging. ELIAS' connections are immediate and strong, reinforced by every loving gesture. DAMIAN's connections are tenuous, challenged by absence and routine. The strength of these early bonds will influence how each child relates to others in the future. Separation is a part of life even in infancy. ELIAS experiences separation as brief and followed by reunion. DAMIAN's separations are longer, sometimes unnoticed. The way separation is handled teaches each child about trust and abandonment. Security is more than physical safety, it is emotional assurance. ELIAS' world is secure, his needs anticipated and met. DAMIAN's world is uncertain, his needs sometimes overlooked. The sense of security or insecurity becomes a lens through which each child will view the world. Wonder is the beginning of curiosity. ELIAS is encouraged to explore, his curiosity met with smiles and support. DAMIAN's wonder is often ignored, his questions left unanswered. The way wonder is nurtured or neglected shapes the desire to learn and grow. Doubt creeps in quietly. ELIAS' doubts are met with reassurance, his fears soothed by loving words. DAMIAN's doubts are left to grow, unchallenged by comfort or explanation. The presence or absence of reassurance shapes confidence and self-doubt. Promises are made in actions, not just words. ELIAS' parents promise through every gesture that he is loved and protected. DAMIAN receives few such promises, his world defined more by what is missing than what is given. The first promises become the foundation for trust and hope. Questions begin early, even before words. ELIAS' questions are met with engagement, his curiosity encouraged. DAMIAN's questions, though silent, are often ignored. The way questions are received shapes the willingness to seek and to trust. Every life is a story, and the first chapter is written by others. ELIAS' story begins with love and hope, DAMIAN with silence and uncertainty. The environment is not destiny, but it is the ink with which the first lines are drawn. The story is only beginning. As the sequence closes, we return to the fractured mirror. Both ELIAS and DAMIAN are reflected, their beginning shaped by environment, not destiny. The cracks pulse gently, holding the promise and uncertainty of the lives ahead. The narrator's voice lingers. The difference is not destiny, it is environment. The story of two births is only the beginning of two very different journeys.